Hello everyone and welcome to the third Commander deck when it comes to Modern Horizons 3. If you've seen the other two, you know how this is going to go down. We're going to talk about the Commander, the Sub-Commander, the context of the deck, and then give my thoughts and opinions on it, pretty much to help you to see if you want to buy the deck or not, if you're kind of 50-50 on it, or just want to see what's in the deck in general. Plus, if you would like to be nice and kind, I have the other two videos. It'll be nice if you go watch them and share them and stuff, that YouTube-y stuff that all of them ask for. In this video, we're going to be talking about Creative Energy. This is the energy deck when it comes to Modern Horizons 3. And to be honest, I've been liking the other two so far. They are a bit pricey for what you get, but I do like that they're upgrading it. I just wish they lowered the price just a little bit, just a smidge. But before I go any further, a word from our sponsors. The sponsor of this video is me. I have started an Etsy page where I'm going to try and be selling clothes that I've designed, thought would be funny, thought would be cool, thought would be amazing on people's bodies. So I literally spent maybe a month or two looking at different resources and stuff to come up with the nicest clothes I could possibly find, with the coolest designs that I have done myself, with stuff like playmats, hoodies, t-shirts. I'm going to try and do phone cases. They're harder than I thought, but I do think that it is a really good thing to actually put into. So if you would like to help me out or help the channel out, please go onto my Etsy. It will be linked down below and you'll be able to find very nice clothing and also be supporting the channel. So links down below, and also if there's any other designs, I will be putting on any of my social media, so please follow me there as well. Now that the handsome devil's gone, we should go on the commander of the deck, and the commander being Satyr Aetherflux Genius. For 1 blue, red and a white, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer, that is a mythic. He has Menace and Haste. Whenever Satyr Aetherflux Genius attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to one other target non-token creature you control, and you gain 2 energy. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice that token unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value, and he is a 3/5. So when it comes to this deck, I'm not a big energy fan. I don't really like it. It is like a resource thing, but again, just not a fan of it. So I'm going to probably be a little bit biased. However, in saying that, I'm going to try not to be, but also this is quite a good commander for what you get, especially if you have a few token doublers in there. I'm not sure if the amount works for the tokens you create. However, I do think it is good, especially with the amount of energy cards and that the fact that you get to keep it. But I think with how easy it is to make tokens and stuff, it's a very good commander with the energy and planning around it. But I think just like there's a few better commanders that you could pick when it comes to making a token doubler deck. But with every commander, there is a sub-commander in the deck, and the sub-commander of this deck is Kaith, Famed Mechanist. For 1 blue, red and a white, you get a legendary creature, Dwarf Artificer, that is a mythic. She has Fabricate 1. Other non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1. For 2 and tap it, choose 1, populate or proliferate, and she's a 3/3. Again, I do find when it comes to this, a lot of the time the sub-commander is a lot better than the commander, and this is one of those times. I absolutely love the fact that you're able to play your commander and play it in many different ways. The fact that you can play this and go, I'm going to completely ignore the populate part and completely focus on the proliferate part. You can do it the opposite way around, or you can play it as both. You can have it that creatures enter, get tokens, and tokens enter with 1/1s. There's a few ways to play around this. Plus, they get Fabricate, she has Fabricate. Again, really good card overall, and a wide range of cards go really well. Some are probably going to be in all the decks, or majority of them, but I do find this a very good commander with very good creativity behind it. But now let's go on to the deck itself. When it comes to this deck, there is a total of 26 creatures in total, but you get creatures such like Aether Geode Miner, Aurora Shifter, Gronzo Havoc Razor, Overclocked Electromancer, Professional Facebreaker, Razorfield Ripper, Skycleave Apparition, Aether Storm Rock, Solemn Simulacrum, Angel of Invention, Goldspan Dragon, Lightning Runner, Silvercore Lecturer, Sphinx of the Revolution, Aethertide Whale, Bruderclad Telekar Engineer, Combustible Gear Hulk, Aetherskull Agent, Mere Batosphere, Blaster Hulk, and Solvent Colossus. Looking through this deck, I've seen a lot of creatures with the energy symbol on, and I went, that's probably going to be good or fine. That's what you want in this deck. I really do like that. But there is one key creature I kind of want to put the hard focus on, and that's the Goldspan Dragon. I've noticed making these 3 videos that there's usually a now more, usually when, because all the prices would be up on the website I'm checking, and usually there may be 1 or 2 cards over a $5, over a $10, and there may be, depending on the deck, 1 over 20. I've been realizing or noticing that a lot of these decks, especially these Modern Horizon ones, have a few cards over a $5 at least, and the fact that Goldspan Dragon is here means it's really, really good, because I say even like with, if you want to build an energy deck and you've always wanted that dragon, they're like 20 quid each. So the fact that a large portion of this is just in that one single card that a lot of people will want, even if it's not for the deck, it is still really good to have. I am more thinking these decks are kind of being worth it because you're actually getting a value for the cards. You're not just getting like, I know you're probably still going to be getting like the large amounts of like Curse of Swine, Plow and Sword and stuff, but at least now you're getting more likely to get rare cards that are worth money. Because then even if you don't want that card, you're getting a good chunk of your portion back from the deck you invested in and still having the rest. Now let's go into the spells of the deck. When it comes to this deck, there's 9 in total, but here are a few on screen now. Akroma's Will, Convocation Coup, Localized Destruction, Austri's Command, and Farewell. Again, a lot of really good sorceries. Now again, I know I want to mention 4 or 5, but the fact that you get Farewell, a very known and broken like board wipe, and then you get Akroma's Will, again, really good card, and then Austri's Command. 3 really amazing and powerful and pretty much game-ending spells, or more likely to put the game into your favor by a large amount. Is really good. This is what I want to see in the deck, and I do think they are making the commander decks better and better. The only downside that I've been seeing is the lands are still not on there yet, except for if you've seen yesterday's video, they did really good on the lands, but the price also just keeps rising, unfortunately. Next, of course, we're going on to artifacts. There's 22 in total, with 8 of them being mana rocks, but you get Aetherstorm Harvester, Aetherworks Marvel, Filigree Eraser, Stone Idol Generator, Aether Refinery, Gonti's Aether's Heart. Not a big energy fan, but I did see a lot of artifacts that just had energy symbols printed all over them, and I'm fine with that. And I did read 1 or 2 of them being like, you're really good. I read the uncommon ones because, again, reading the rare ones now, but I'm like, yeah, you're good, I like you. There is also a few good cards that I do like. One of the cards got downgraded to a rare, the one that lets you tap, draw a card if someone else made a token, or someone if you made a token, and then you get a 10 to no Eldrazi. That went down to an uncommon. I did not know that. But again, in my opinion, they did good with the artifacts. Now let's go on to the enchantments of the deck. When it comes to this, there is 4 in total, but I'll only be talking about 2, and them 2 are Bident of Thassa and Legion's Loyalty. Legion's Loyalty is amazing for this deck, especially if you're playing it with the commander and then the sub-commander pretty much thinking of populate. You're able to get a large amount of tokens. They all have myriad, then you're able to get more. This is a really good card, and again, I thought, because I bought one of these when it just came out, and I was like, it might still be pricey. No, it lowered, which is fine. But it's still good that it's in this deck, and they did a really good new pretty art for this version of this card too. Then of course, one of the god weapons, and one of the most known and most used ones in my opinion, maybe on par with the Black Whip Bolus, something like that, with the life gain and reanimating stuff. But I do like that they put it in a deck where you will be attacking with a large amount of creatures. Finally, onto lands. In this deck there's 38 lands in total, but again, surprisingly, because it's not a land deck, you get lands like Castle Vetnus, Frostboil Snarl, Furrycam Snarl, Mystic Gate, Port Town, and Prairie Stream. Filter lands in a deck is really good. I find filter lands is perfect for commander decks, especially the way they've been doing it now. The lands are getting better, and I do think that this is the closest to, like, not perfect, but for a normal deck that's not a landfall deck or not a deck where the lands matter, this is literally just like just under the line of what I would like for the money I'm putting in. However, thinking of it with Goldspan Dragon and stuff and a few other cards, I understand that I might be rising the line just a little bit more than I should. But again, when it comes to this, I'm finding their commander decks are getting better and better, but the price is just that little bit too high. Now my thoughts when it comes to this deck as a whole. If you are into energy, it is a quite good commander. Very price worthy when it comes to the mana cost and what you get, plus it's got a really good ability that you're able to pretty much get on right away. Commander, great. Sub commander, absolutely amazing. Good mana cost, good abilities, kind of need to protect it, but again, I like more the creativity of what you get to do. And when it comes to the rest of the deck, overall, I'm really happy with it. My only problem when it comes to this deck as a whole, again, is the price. There is two versions. The normal one, which I think, and I could be wrong here, is roughly around 80. And then the collectors, which is like 200 or 300 quid. I would say, if you have the money, do not put it in the two, like, I think the second deck, the Landfall one, or maybe the Eldrazi one, is worth it in the pretty collector ones. But this one, I don't think it is worth it, other than that Goldspan Dragon, but it depends on the price of the pretty version of it, if it's willing to be worth for buying this deck. The normal one is, again, perfect. You're just slightly overpriced, but again, that makes sense for what you get. I think it's worth it in the normal set, especially if you want to use majority of these cards. If you have majority of these cards, I don't think it's worth it at all though. But these are my thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear what you think of this deck, what cards you would like to see in it, and all that usual comment stuff in the comments down below. While you're there, remember to like and subscribe and comment and share and all of that. But again, what I've talked about the third Modern Horizons 3 deck, and I've also made a video on the second one, which is here, a playlist of all these deck tech things that I do with the reviews here, and a subscribe button here, and I will see you all in the next video.